everyone. I am C.SAMPATH, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology, Palkom, Kanyakumari. In this video, we are going to discuss about the subject ME8651, Design of Transmission Systems. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Unit 4, Gearboxes. For this, the CO is 17309.4 and the outcome is explain the techniques used in industrial design, multi-speed gearbox applications, and the highest cognitive level is K5, which is coming under evaluating. The syllabus, the geometric progression, standard step ratio, ray diagram, kinematic diagram, design of sliding mesh gearbox, design of multi-speed gearbox for machine tool applications, constant mesh gearbox, speed reducer unit, variable speed gearbox, fluid coupling, torque converter for automotive applications. First, what is gearbox? An automobile requires a high torque while climbing the hills or starting. Even they are performed at low speeds. On the other hand, we are running at speeds very high speeds roads. The high torque is not required because of the momentum. The requirement of the device occurs which can change the vehicle torque and speed according to the road condition when the driver is needed. This device is also called as transmission box. The purpose of gearboxes provides speed and torque conversion because of the limitations of internal combustion engines. Also facilitates the change of direction of output for reversing. The automatic gearboxes are used to reduce the loads on the engine by manipulating the torque and speed. They have option to select several gear ratios. Once the engine is reached the number of revolution per minute, it's advisable to increase the gear to reduce the engine RPM to reduce the wear on the engine, allow more control and greater speeds, better acceleration and better fuel economy. The most gearboxes are used to increase the torque and reduce the speed of output. This produces for a mechanical advantage. The automatic gearbox also have the prevention to do the opposite, that is, and provide an increase in an output shaft with reduction of torque. Types of gearboxes: manually operated selective type, sliding mesh gearbox, constant mesh type gearbox, synchronized mesh type gearbox, planetary type gearbox, and overdrive, semi-automatic and automatic transmission. This is a sliding mesh gearbox. The power comes from an engine to the clutch shaft, then the clutch gear, which is in always mesh with the gear on the layout shaft. All the gears on the layout shaft are fixed and so they are timing rotation when the engine is running and the clutch is engaged. The 3 direct and 1 reverse speeds are obtained on suitably moving the gears on the main shaft by means of a selector mechanism. This diagram shows the sliding mesh gearbox. These are the diagram. Then constant mesh gearbox. In this type of a gearbox, all the gears are constant mesh with the corresponding gears on the layout shaft. The gears on main shaft is splined or free. The dog clutch are provided with the free to slide on the main shaft. The gears are on the layout are however fixed. When the left dog clutch is slide to left by means of a selector mechanism, its teeth are engaged with those of the clutch. We get a direct gear. The same dog clutch, however, when the slide right makes contact with the second gear. Similarly, the movement of the right clutch dog clutch to the left result in a lower gear and towards the right in reverse gear. This diagram shows the constant type MECH gearbox. There is a gear shifting mechanism. The gear shifting mechanism can be used for shifting the gears. The gear shift lever can be located in either the steering or steering column by using the shifting the gears. The steering column shift gear mechanism is used on cars while the footboard is used in commercial vehicles, jeeps, medium vehicles and vans. The gear shifting mechanism is used for changing gears early and the selecting the record gear train and bringing the selected gears into the operation. For engaging the slots on the gearbox, it is consist of a fork on the gearbox. Into a slot at the top of the boss of the selector fork, the tip of the gear is fitted. This is the gear shifting selector mechanism diagram. There is a speed reducer. The speed reducers are primarily serve two functions. First, they take the torque created by the power source and multiply it. The second, the speed reducer names the implies the reduce the speed of the input so that the output is correct speed. Then is a torque converter. The internal combustion engine creates a burning fuel that forces the pistons to turn the crankshaft on the bottom of the engine. This rotation force is transferred to the transmission by the fluid pressure inside the torque converter. Inside the torque converter covers the leaves a series of propellers like blades called pump. This assembly splits and ignitions with the crankshaft, forcing the transmission fluid into another blade. Assembly is called impeller. Thus, two sets of blade is connected to the transmission input shaft. The amount of hydraulic pressure that creates inside the transmission dictates the gear and ultimately the speed of the vehicle. The diagram shows the torque converter, which is parts are given elaborately. Advantages of torque converter: it multiplies the torque by the movement of oil. All the parts remain synced in the oil, hence the wear is less. It transmits the power without noise, shocks at different speeds and torque ratio. The operation is completely automatic and reliable. Generally, the serving of torque converter is not necessary. Construction of torque is simple. Wear less due to the effect of slip. This is a diagram shows the torque converter components. Disadvantage torque converter. The torque converter is available to start the engine from the rest when first gear is reduces with the increased speed of the vehicle. It becomes a fluid coupling on the increasing of the vehicle. Hence, the torque multiplication stops therefore. There is a no torque multiplication in the third and fourth gear. The reverse gear attachment of a mechanical type is used with it. To prevent the torque converter overrunning, the free wheel is required. This is the application of torque converter. The torque converter is used in vehicles that is equipped with the auto transmission. It is also used in industrial power transmission such as conveyors, drives, hinges, drilling rigs. Almost all the modern forklifts, construction equipment, and railway locomotives. These are the reference used for making these PPTs. Thank you.